hit the start button. I'll wait till it says that we're live. Choo choo. Let's see here. Not live yet. Soon. Okay. And I think that we're live. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, world.
We're here.
We're here. It is Mothers of Geeks, episode 3. And it's kind of fun because I didn't actually, we never planned on doing this every week. But now that we are, I think it's great.
It is, definitely.
Because we have lots of fun things to talk about no matter what. So that's fun for me.
I mean, the wide world of geekiness, it's expanding every day. People are getting more into the stuff that we love. So yeah, it's never, hey, what should we talk about? It's more of, let's look at this, let's throw something out and see if it, fits, or we should probably just sit down and make out a list of things to talk about and then roll a die.
Oh, we probably should. We don't though, but we probably should.
Eventually we'll do that.
Someday. We have more topics. Topics.
Words are hard
today. Words are really hard
Words
today.
are hard.
I've had a rough couple of days at work, so words are really, really hard for me.
I think the vodka from the other night's still affecting you.
Just a little.
It's okay.
It's okay. So, we've had an exciting week. Heather, how have you geeked?
Yes.
I know you've geeked. Let's hear it.
I have geeked. So it's me. So most of my geeking's been around gaming. So we had our Curse of Strahd game Sunday night, which ended up being really amusing because the party finally figured out how to handle their paladin.
Finally?
Because she's self-righteous.
No, she's not self-righteous, is she? I can't believe it.
Right? I'm playing a character with a strong personality. Imagine that.
Shocker.
I know. So finally, because we've been together for a few weeks, and it was your normal throw together party. No one knows anybody. We have 2 tieflings who, up until the last game, I've been calling the Hellspawn. They've now upgraded to the Hellboys because I actually like them now.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah, they're adorable. But I'm playing, this very righteous paladin of Helm, and, she's in this horrible, awful, evil place, and so, and she does dumb stuff that will get them killed, because she's very charged, smite evil. So, my buddy Mills, who plays our tiefling warlock, is like, hey, I have an idea. Why don't we let the rogue, the other tiefling, do the talking first, and then if it doesn't go well, you can smite stuff, because we want you to smite stuff.
I like it when you smite stuff. I like smite stuff.
It's fun. It's smite. Yeah, it's smite work. So I'm like, no, well, I don't like that because okay, can I stand next to him when he talks so when it goes bad I can smite them? Yes.
That's the best.
So I'm like, yeah. So they finally learned how to handle the paladin.
Hey, sometimes you have to use kid gloves.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Especially when you have, this petite elf, half elf, who happens to also have an 18 strength God given to her.
18 strength?
18 strength at level 1.
Nice roll.
Yeah. So, but she's a tiny, she's a half elf. She's petite. So well, you know what? I think her God blessed her with that strength, because you're not going to have a female that gorked out.
No, not usually.
Not unless you're a larger race.
Right.
I needed the half elf to have the stats for her. So.
Exactly. Don't you get con?
No. Well, with a half elf, you actually get 2 charisma, and then you get 1 point in 2 other classes.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the elves, what you get dex with elves.
Yeah, full elf
always
usually
helpful.
Yeah,
I love getting the dex.
Yeah, AC is a good thing.
Yeah. Unless you're, in plate like me.
She's so cute, though.
She's a cute little plate elf.
Adorable.
Adorable plate elf.
But imagine, it's like me take off 20 pounds and put me in plate mail. That's pretty much your character.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. What, you had City of Mist game, didn't you?
We did have our City of Mist game. We're almost close to the end of the adventure. We've realized that the essence of this church is basically trying to frame this cult of Bacchanarians that makes it look like they're doing these murders, and what they're trying to do is they're just trying to bring chaos to the city.
Oh, okay.
So either way, it's not pretty. My character is kind of, well, she's the human avatar of hell, and she's a mortician.
A mortician?
So, yeah, and she's very deadpan.
Is that how you talk the entire time?
Yes.
That cracks me up. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
And I don't like people.
Well, except dead people.
I like them. I want to go back to the lab because I need to actually talk to the bodies that are there.
That's awesome. That's amazing.
So finally, they let me go back to the lab. I had a blood sample to play with. They let me go back to the lab, and I realized it was a complete match to one of the murder victims. So I'm like, yes!
I actually got the mystery out.
Yeah, and I'm literally, because with this game, it's very similar to Vampire, where you can get, you roll so many dice, how many successes you get, but you can ask questions. Once you get a success, you can ask questions. And so instead of doing any leading questions, I'm like, does a blood sample match any of the victims in the morgue? He's like, yeah, so that was quick.
You're like, I figured out the plot.
At least that piece of it. So that was about how I geeked, at least with dice this week. How did you geek this week?
This week, so I started school this week. So I'm doing School Geek, So, and it's fun and it's fine. But I notice I am one of 2 girls in a class of 26.
It is Sausage Fest.
It is for network management. And one of maybe, like I said, the one person's name is Stacy. Could be a guy, could be a girl. Don't know. So that could be just me. And I could just be the only girl in this cyber forensics class.
It could be. Oh, cyber forensics.
I know, it sounds awesome, right?
Right.
However, this guy's already posting all over everything like, hey, nice to meet you. I live in Pittsburgh too. And I'm like, oh.
Holy crap.
And he posts on every single person. It's like, I'm 22 years old. And my girlfriend is in school too. And I'm like, please kill me. This is, like, that's
painful.
It's painful. It's painful. I hate it. I hate when people are so happy-go-lucky they just can't stop at sharing it in discussion posts.
At least it's online and not in person, where you have to deal with the super excited 22-year-old, probably socially awkward, overly friendly.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. They'd have to be. And it's fine. Like I said, school geekiness, and I love school geekiness, but I honestly do miss playing PUBG more than anything else.
Well, yeah, that's how you react. Relax.
That's my thing. We did, Drew and I got a chicken dinner, which is first place in duos over the weekend.
So you guys posted something about chicken dinner one day, and I almost responded, and I realized it was a PUBG thing.
It's totally a PUBG thing. You get chicken. We have to provide people with chicken. It's very important.
I was so going to respond with the Leroy Jenkins. At least I got my chicken.
Well, it's true. At least we get our chicken. So we did. We got it on, I think it was Sunday. Yeah, Sunday we got our first place for duos. And that was my first duos first place, not Drew's, but mine. I was like, yes. And it came after a week of not I think I even said last week, I was like, PUBG is not going well.
Yeah.
But now we're doing good. And we had some very good teams. So it always makes me happy. So that's my geek.
Cool. Yes. So what did you geek over this week? Anything special?
Let's see here. Tattoo on Monday.
Yay!
I have a tattoo appointment Monday, and I think I'm going to get a Game of Thrones tattoo.
Yes. I wonder what.
The night is dark and full of terrors.
Are you really?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Where are you getting it?
Maybe, I don't know. I think maybe up on this arm, like on the other side of like this.
Oh, that'd be gorgeous. Yeah.
Thinking, I don't know yet. But not Danny.
Not Danny. Yeah.
Not Danny. And of course, I love Game of Thrones. It was so good this week. It
really was.
Geeky over it. Excited over it. I don't know. I think that's all I really geeked over. What about you?
Well, I know I sent you this. So one of the things that I am obsessed with is mythology, comparative religions, the psyche. So there was a 6-hour conversation that was between the journalist Bill Moyers and the mythology god, practically, Joseph Campbell back in the 80s that they filmed. They actually did it at Skywalker Ranch.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and it's called The Power of Myth, and you can actually download it or find it on YouTube. So I was kind of feeling overwhelmed and out of touch with my creative side, so I powered that up the other day and started re-listening to it. The Eclipse, I geeked out over that hardcore. It was pretty cool this week.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I love.
You were in an area that saw it really clear, right?
No, we were at like 60. You guys actually, I think, saw it better than we did.
Really? I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought you were. I guess you're more south.
Yeah, we were way more south
than when it was.
A friend of mine actually was in the city or in the town in Oregon that had the best viewing.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and jealous. She said it was. Well, and she said it was hell though because she runs an ice cream shop. She owns an ice cream shop there. She said it was just the town was so overrun with people and it was crazy busy. But
I'm sure.
So that was fun. It was also neat kind of experiencing it. You know, I was able to see it first and get some pictures to the clouds. And then you guys got a little while later. So it's kind of neat seeing the differences.
Oh, yeah.
Between the two areas. And Drew's amazing pictures with the
welding helmet.
Which made it look so surreal and otherworldly.
Oh, it did, didn't it? It was neat.
It did.
I thought it was neat.
It was. Speaking of Game of Thrones, I got my Sunday evening text. Which is just Trey saying she hates Danny, which is always a blast. I'm like, it's Sunday evening. Hey.
It makes me so happy to send it. Like, I feel some joy deep in my soul.
It's amazing.
I hate Danny.
Hey, Danny.
So much.
Sunday evening. It's Sunday evening. I'm podcasting, playing Curse of Strahd, and halfway in between those two.
I hate Danny. I had set an alarm on my phone. So
good.
Even when Game of Thrones is over, I will still be sending you I hate Danny.
I need that. It actually makes my night.
Exactly. That's great.
And there's a rumor that I might be breaking my World of Darkness curse today.
There's a rumor.
World
of Darkness stuff is going down. And if you watch us play World of Darkness, we're going to be taking some crazy turns.
You do know that I'm available on your next game if you need me to NPC anything.
I know. Aren't you available to play a PC?
I am. I should probably look at that.
That's like we're trying to break WOD curses all over.
I know.
Keep it secret from the boys.
Somehow my WOD cherry. Never mind. Anyways.
WOD cherry. It's the best kind of cherry.
It is, and mine's like a 20-year curse.
I know. You're not having any luck. But if we don't play tonight, that's going to be so funny. Like, it's not funny. It's not funny.
It will. So that's like how I geeked out this week. What's up with you and kid stuff?
Remy starts first grade tomorrow, and I'm very sad. I know. I should be so excited. And I am excited. I love school. We've talked about this. Yeah. I adore school. I geek over school. It's great. I'm so sad. She's going to be big. She packed her own lunch. She packed her own little lunch.
Wait. My 15-year-old doesn't do that.
Oh, well, you can borrow my 6-year-old because she does.
I do, yeah.
Like, I asked her what she wanted, and we put it together, and she put in her lunchbox by herself, got the little stool, and I was like, do you want carrots? She's like, yeah, 6 because I'm 6. And I was like, that's adorable. And she made sure she had a fruit, a vegetable, some dairy, and protein.
Will you please? Okay. Can Remy come visit to teach Ryan how to eat?
She would, because she'd be like, no, you needed protein.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And she had like an individual bag of chips. They're like super small.
Yeah.
She's like, I think that to be healthy, I should take only half of it tomorrow and half of it Friday. So it's like, like this many chips.
Oh my God.
And they're all crummy. So I was like, well, okay.
That's fine. Insane. And because like literally I have to teach my daughter how to, okay, right, here's the food scale. When you're taking a snack, I really would like you to measure it out so it's a serving and not 7.
Yeah, because it can happen to be 7 real quick. Yeah. I miss my 7 servings. I've been dieting very, 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 very well.
You're doing great.
For 1.5 weeks.
Yay!
Working out every day. So, yeah.
You're insane.
I want ice cream. But that's kid geeky stuff for me because she's going to school, and Logan did tell us at dinner. We took her to a surprise dinner. She likes Longhorn Steakhouse, and she eats a salad and half a steak. They split it. Yeah, that's my
amazing.
kids. They're so weird. And she goes, well, I think that school's going to be great. And Logan goes, I don't want to go to school because he starts preschool and not next week, the week after, which is exciting. And he goes, Mom, I don't want to go to school. I'll be good. I promise. Like, he's acting like it's a punishment. So I'm like,
oh, God.
We're going to have problems with him.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel it. I feel it.
Well, yeah, once he gets used to it and kind of gets to know his people and
makes friends.
The fun part. It's preschool. That's the fun part of it.
I know. That's the fun grade. And then you get to Remy's grade where she has homework before the school started. Make it about me poster. She's 6. Mom makes it about me poster.
Wait till you get to the spelling test study struggles nightly.
I hate spell. I'm horrible speller.
Me too. So am I. It's like a hypocrite.
I know, me too. You better learn how to spell that word.
But my kid was such a great speller when she would literally they would throw these really hard extra spelling words at them and she would get them.
And you're like, come on, I can't spell anything. The best word I can spell is onomatopoeia, and I learned it from Hey Arnold.
That's impressive.
Hey Arnold taught it. They sang it.
Yeah.
You know, just saying.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So how about your kid geeks?
So Ryan is teaching my husband how to play Breath of the Wild.
Oh, that's adorable.
Because she played through it when we got the Switch a few months ago, and now Dad wants to sit through and play it. So literally, he's sitting there, and she's just sitting next to him. She'll be on her laptop or on her phone pinning stuff or whatever, and he'll okay, and she'll be kind of watching him. He's going along. Okay, right. I'm stuck. What do I do?
That's
it's
so
the cutest,
cute. That is so cute.
Thing.
Does she amazing. Like Pinterest? Is she on Pinterest all the time?
Yeah, it's about obnoxious.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's great.
But it's obnoxiously great?
It's obnoxiously great. Like, we will... She'll send me stuff, and I'll know if she's on a break at school because she's pinning.
That's amazing.
One day she decided to kill me, and she sent me... We love the show Rebels, Star Wars Rebels. And we're both huge Hamilton fans.
Of course.
And I had been kind of worried about this upcoming season of Rebels because I know people are going to die. So she sent me a pin of the Rebels crew with the Hamilton quote, "Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?" Just to kill me. Just to kill me. So then I responded. Nice. Yeah. But then I was, because, she likes the Hamilton cry. But so then I responded with... some pictures of James and Lily and Harry, and there's a line from Hamilton. My mother was a genius. My father commanded respect. They died and left me just a legacy to protect. So, I kind of got back at her. So
you're like, here's my jab.
Here's my
Enjoy.
jab. Have your favorite.
Enjoy your afternoon at school. Ha 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 ha.
Right. Here, there's some tears. There's some tissue in your bag.
Because you guys start school really early. Right.
Do actually she's been in school almost 2 weeks.
See, I bet that they get out earlier though.
They do. We get out usually right before Memorial Day.
And that makes sense. I mean, you guys are in a hot area, so you don't want to be in school in August is probably nice.
It is. You're in air conditioning then.
Yeah, exactly. And less power at your parents' house.
Yeah, no, we're fine. Unlike you guys that have been having power outages and huge storms.
Constantly. I got a call from the Penn Power, and they were like, "Hey, sorry you have no power over and over again. We're looking into it.
We're still going to charge you.
Keep paying your bill."
Yeah.
No, yeah. I don't want to. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, good times. You guys are crazy.
Totally fun. Woo!
Woo. And the only other really, really cool geek thing that we're doing at home, or actually in the car, is we're listening to the Nerdist interview with Tom Holland together.
Oh, that's fun.
Because Rye's a huge Spider-Man fan and always has been.
That's adorable, by the way.
Yes. He was her first superhero.
Is that her first superhero love?
Yeah, so we were actually, because, I was like, I'm not gonna push my geek lifestyle on you, but I'm going to expose you to it.
Right, exactly.
But she was 3, and we were at Cam's cousin's house, and his boys are older. Or their boys are older, but there was a Spider-Man action figure sitting around, and she picked it up. She's like, "Well, who is this?" And I'm like, "Yes."
You're like, you've came to it on your own. We must now indoctrinate you into the geek life.
Right, exactly. So then, she fell in love with Spider-Man, and I found the old Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends cartoons that I used to love as a child. We watched those together, and so he's always been her favorite superhero.
That's awesome.
So we're listening to this interview together, and the actor's absolutely delightful, and he's English, and you don't realize that.
You don't regret that when you listen to English people. You're just like, this is amazing.
Right?
I love it. Talk to me forever.
Ever and ever, yes.
I will say, when we made our little poster for Remy's About Me, she wanted to put, I like to visit the Teen Titans. And I was like,
yes.
I'm like, you probably shouldn't put that because in the context, it doesn't make sense. And she's like, Mom, this is a school project. It doesn't need to make sense. Oh,
gosh, she's so damn brilliant.
I was like, okay, well, let's put the beach. She's like, well, I already wrote the. I'm like, well, yeah, the beach. She goes, okay.
The beach. Fine.
I'm like, use the.
Or the Titans Tower.
That would work too. I was just like, don't we need to be realistic?
Yeah, totally.
A little realistic.
Yeah.
So I would visit the Titans as well and hang out with them. It'd be so much fun. Like, go Beast Boy and Raven. Not Robin, I hate you, and Cyborg, I hate you too. But everybody else I'm fine with.
I like Robin, but not that version. But, Raven is the shit.
She's the shit.
And Beast Boy's other name is the Changeling, so, I kind of like him anyway.
Exactly. And what I like about Raven is she was my first psionic, was my model for my psionic. I mean, obviously.
Great. Right. Well, she's the best psionic.
Yeah, exactly. It was perfect. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And I painted a model of her, a computer model.
Right.
It was so much fun. And I was like, this is Raven. My character's not named Raven, but this is what she looks like. It's like Raven.
Fabulous.
And I was all impressed with my 10-year-old skill. No, I was 16 when I made that character.
Right.
I was like, this is the best. Look at my Raven. I do psionic abilities.
Awesome.
She's so cool.
Yes, very cool. One of my favorites.
So in the news. In
the news. We give you this one because you are our vampire girl.
Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition is coming. Let that sink in. 5th.
That's crazy.
I believe I was informed by Clay, because he said I was too little to remember, which I would be, that 91 is whenever they came out. Like the initial first edition?
No.
Didn't he say 91?
Because Cam and I, back when we were working at Gamekeeper, his boss gave us the first edition PH to preview, so we knew what people were talking to talk about it logically. So that wouldn't. We didn't start dating until 92.
I would gear off.
I think it was 95.
No, it says 91.
Wow.
And 91 was first edition, 92 second, 98's revised. So that's when I started.
Wow.
Was in revised section. 20th was 2011 and 5th edition's 2018.
That makes sense. Wow. I did not think it was. Maybe it wasn't that big before that.
And it might not have been.
It could have been.
I mean, you got to imagine, World of Darkness fights with D&D. Not on purpose. They're totally different worlds, but
they are.
Most people, not everybody, are one or the other.
Right.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but that just happens a lot where you have these people that are like, well, it's World of Darkness. It's not one of those ones where people play girls with their boobs hanging out.
I guess we are kind of unusual with our troop that we like both. Except for me, I like both. I just have a curse.
Yeah, you're cursed. But it's true. I'm very excited. 5th edition is going to be great. And here's the honest reason I'm excited. I think vampires are okay.
Yeah.
I think shifters are okay. Mages are the shit. And if they're getting a 5th edition vampire, there's this much chance I'm going to get a 5th edition mage. And I'm so excited.
That's
Though revised edition was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And they did a really great job.
And 20th. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. And then also World of Darkness news. I got an email right before we started this that Onyx Path Publishing, who is the publisher for World of Darkness now, they just released Changeling the Lost Dark Ages.
Oh,
Eras,
fun.
I'm sorry. And that's on Drive Through RPG. So if you're interested, check it out.
Yeah.
I am not a huge Changeling person, but I do have Changelings in the game. But Dark Ages is a neat system, and it's very underutilized. And I was explaining to Drew, you can do a lot. My camera went bloop, bloop. You can do a lot with Dark Ages. Mage Dark Ages is more or less like sorcerers. Mm-hmm. So if I create a little bit of fire, it wasn't as paradoxical as it is now.
Right.
So that's something interesting that they did. So Changeling Dark Ages, I like to see that because you're living in a world where the Crusades are either starting to happen or have not happened yet.
Right.
So it's a neat dynamic. Though I do not know enough about that time in history to go, well, when the Crusades happened. That's just, I just don't know enough.
I'm pretty sure we know people that can help you with that.
I bet I know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 4 people.
Yes. Yes. Can help with it.
Oh, with penises.
No, I don't know. I don't have a penis.
Not you. The others. That know so much. They know so much. So big.
Yeah. Oh, we're in trouble.
So what's news for you?
We're in so much trouble. All right. So, hey, there wasn't a Game of Thrones leak this week. Wow, the first time we've been podcasting where there hasn't been one. But a few seconds of the show actually caused a huge uproar. I heard about it before I watched, and watching it, I was very, very aware of it. It has to do with Jon Sword Longclaw, and it's definitely there's something up there.
It's weird.
It's weird, but like it was such a focal point of the episode. Like any scene where you saw any like a close up on Jon, that sword was present.
Correct.
And in frame. So definitely something's going on with Longclaw, and it's very intentional that they framed it that way. But actually the director of there was a few seconds where something happens with Longclaw's eye, and the director has basically said, no, that was not intended, at least not by me.
And I think that's interesting. And I honestly was just thinking when they did that, and I know people were saying bronze in the sword or the Night King is something's with that. But what if he died down there? I know it's not intentional.
Yeah.
But he can come back. Whether by sheer force of will by the Red Witch or whatever, some priesty things. It's interesting that the director has vehemently come out and said it's not him, though, because they're not usually like that.
Yeah.
They usually go to the mystery. And so to say, no, kind of struck me off a little bit.
Yeah.
And we saw it firsthand by Matt sending us pictures of his eye on a very blurry screen instead of, taking a clear shot with the internet. So I was waving. I don't know if it actually means anything. And him saying that, I don't actually know if it takes away from it,
But I think definitely obviously something is there because it was a very, very defined image. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the episode very much, the visualization of Longclaw was there a lot.
Right. And they talked about it specifically.
Right. So something's up. They might have thrown that out there because it's not what we all think it is, because there's a few different theories running around. So I thought that was interesting, even though there wasn't a leak this week.
Right.
There was still a hubbub, and immediately the internet started talking. And within a few days, the director was like, no, it's not what you think it is. At least that's not, so.
It's funny. I think that's just a weird thing for them to verbally say no to, because they never really, they always leave us hanging, and I don't know why actually to correct this one why it would matter.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't agree with that. However, all I saw on the internet was stupid Jon Snow and Dany, so that ruined my 4 days after the show. Oh wait, it's still ruining it.
I know.
Oh no, Jon Snow and Dany. It's totally okay if we ship them, as it's not incest like it is with Cersei and Jaime. No,
it is. Yes, you can totally ship it because that's allowed in that world, and clearly they've killed off any love interest of either character, so eventually it ends this way. However,
they're related. That is his aunt. And I've seen so many memes come out that go, but they don't know. It doesn't make it okay. There's nothing okay with this. If you found out you were sleeping with your aunt or uncle, you'd be a little freaked out, I think. And I know Probably. It's the Game of Thrones world. But.
Yeah. And hey, I have half my family I don't know really all that well. So,
Hey, thanks for the follow. Ted Sammy, thank you.
Was that Ted Sammy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Cameron, mix the chicken. That's my husband.
Make the chicken. Thanks for the follow.
Mix the chicken.
Thanks for the follow, but mix the chicken. This is important.
Thank you, dear. We love you.
We love
I love you.
I still say I love you too.
Yes.
But it's like one of those things where I'm just like laughing at these memes.
Oh yeah.
If they don't know, it doesn't hurt them. No, it still makes a difference.
It's still weird, but it's
going to happen, and I'm very sad about it.
It's going to happen, and it's very clear they set everything out. Evidently, we're silly. Set everything up to make sure that happened. So,
I'm so sad.
I know.
On to our main topic before I cry on stream.
It's okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I won't cry over that. I'll just get angry and rant.
Yeah, I expect the text.
So we mentioned last week we thought we'd talk about superhero movies because I like the first superhero movie I remember was Batman Returns.
Mm-hmm.
And I was little, and it wasn't a big deal that they were making that movie. Like, in my family, it was just, oh, my uncle's like, let's just watch this movie. And I was like, okay, this is awesome. But now it's a thing. Superhero movies are a thing. And that's something wrong with that. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's interesting because it very much has become a huge part of pop culture. That, because, before, there was a weird period. So the Superman with Chris Reeves happened. The first two were really great. The first two Tim Burton Batmans were wonderful with Michael Keaton.
Agreed.
And then we got into a weird spot in comic book movies. And they weren't good, and they weren't well made, and they weren't made with love and respect.
Agreed.
And some of them were just bad.
Fantastic Four. Oh, jeez. Wow, where'd that come from?
No. Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher. Do you remember it? Because I do. I had the poster in my bedroom because I thought Dolph Lundgren was cute.
I do remember that.
And it was bad.
Yes, that movie was bad. And like all the first X-Men movies.
See, and I like the first two. The first three, show me on the doll where the third X-Men movie hurt you.
Agreed. But see, also, I wasn't a comic book reader, so to me, I was like, these are the best movies ever. I'm such a dork. Woo. But
I love the first two. Like, when you saw, like, seeing Nightcrawler on the screen, so that's like,
yes.
Right, bamf. So, like, to me, like, I really enjoyed those.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the X-Men, like, stuff like that to me was, like, a bit of an upswing. But at the same time, you had the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans, who was still cute, but,
we try to forget that part of his past.
Right.
It was such a bad movie. Like, even as a non-comic book person, I was like, this is not a good film.
And Jessica Alba, who was absolutely lovely as Sue Storm, no. And Ewan, good casting. But
bad.
Yeah, and Michael Chiklis. So you're like, this should be good. And it was horrible. And the second one was worse. And don't talk to me about Doctor Doom. I just want to see Doctor Doom done well on the screen, gosh darn it.
I think Drew has told me that 1,000 times. He's like, Doctor Doom is one of his favorite villains, and they keep doing him wrong.
Oh my gosh, our husbands are soul brothers.
From other mothers.
Because Cam loves Doom.
Does he?
That's like that's
awesome.
It's his favorite Marvel Doctor, and that's saying something because he loves Doom and Strange and Reed Richards. So that's
great.
hilarious.
That's awesome. Yeah, he always talks about it. And I thought of another bad one, Hulk, like the first Hulk movie.
Yeah.
The second Hulk movie, probably the third Hulk movie.
the third Spider-Man movie of the Tobey Maguire. Oh my!
I thought you called him Chubby Maguire for a second, and I tried to think about that. I was like, wait, but he really wasn't chubby. I'm so confused about what's happening.
I would never fat shame somebody.
No, but I was like, that's why I was like, oh my god, did she just say that? You can't just say things like that, Heather. That's not okay.
I would never do that. But the only person I fat shame is myself. I eat too much.
I know, me too. I'm like, that was delicious. I'm so fat now.
All right.
However, Drew's told me his opinion on the whole Spider-Man thing is that Tobey Maguire was a perfect Peter Parker. Bad Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see that.
He has more comic book knowledge than I do. So
he does have the +10 to his comic book knowledge.
Yeah. He has the that I don't have.
Yeah.
Glasses. I don't have the comic glasses.
I have 5 long boxes, and probably 3 of those are superhero comic books.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
The rest of the weird shit, because I love Vertigo and weird, funky stuff, and
Neil Gaiman.
No, that's the whole, yeah. Well, we're doing that soon. So comic book movies. So yeah, they started out like pretty good, and then we got through the dark times.
That's what we're calling them, the dark times of comic movies.
Right. Yeah, the dark times, the Empire. Like what? Because it's all about Star Wars. It's me.
That's okay.
So, and then for you, like, when did you first start paying attention to comic book movies as something that was worth time and energy?
I honestly remember the exact moment. On a whim, I went and saw the first Iron Man movie. And I was like, oh man, Robert Downey Jr. Like, I've watched him in everything he's been in because I love him. Phenomenal. Alcoholic. Drug addict. A problem person. One of the best
actors of our generation.
He is, but he's a problem person. So I walked into that theater not knowing what to think. And I was so blown away. Like, I was almost in tears by how much that made me feel for a movie. I was like, what is this movie? And I fell in love with him from that moment. I was an RDJer, like an RDJer. I have pictures of him in my cube. I have Iron Man in my cube at work. I love him. That is my moment. Like, I just looked at him. Like I said, I saw Batman. I've seen all of them. I saw Batman and Robin in the theater.
Me too. And then I watched it again when my friend was really, really, really upset one night. I was like, what could we do to cheer you up? It's like, can we watch Batman and Robin? I'm like, God damn it, really? Yes, you're really depressed.
Like, sure.
I love you that much.
I love you so much. I'll suffer. I cry internally. But that was the moment I knew that was going to be something big.
Right.
And it changed everything. Because I do not like heroes.
You're right. Yeah, you tend to like your anti-heroes. You tend to like your villains.
I do not like Superman.
Right.
In fact, Captain America, I do not enjoy. His principal, the actor, how they're playing him now, his butt. I'm fine with all of those. What he stands for, I just can't get behind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the hard thing. Was like, they're very, very different characters, and I think I'm with you. I tend to like things that are a little more complicated. And I think I do. He's a great character. And in fact, the Captain America movies as a whole, those 3, to me, are the 3 strongest.
Oh no, they are. They are.
But it's Iron Man, and I'm the same way. So I remember, hearing that they were gonna do Iron Man. I'm like, that's a really weird choice. It's a weird choice because Tony Stark as a character is amazingly flawed.
Correct.
He is arrogant. He is an alcoholic. He has done crappy things.
And still does.
But then with the casting of Robert Downey Jr., I'm like, okay, that is who can play him. That is the perfect piece of casting.
Yeah.
And then but like Tony Stark, up until that moment, the Avengers themselves, they were the B-list.
They were, yeah.
X-Men was what got the attention, which is weird because X-Men had a very slow start. Because through the 80s, 70s, and 80s, the X-Men were the B-list, and then the mid-80s to 90s happened, and they were in everything.
Yeah. Like all the shows. I remember all the TV shows and just everywhere. Yeah. And that's great that you can have that. But it's weird, I mean, to me, how the X-Men movies made so many people mad that it seemed like they almost took a break from doing these superhero movies.
Yeah. Well, the third X-Men movie, Dark Phoenix, is the reason I read comics.
Really?
Because it was during so remember the X-Men cartoon series in the 90s?
Yeah.
By the way, I dressed up as Jubilee one year for Halloween because of that.
That's hilarious.
And I still own the costume, and I still fit in it.
Please wear that next stream.
I should. But in any case, so I had watched the first episode of the cartoon series, and I really enjoyed it. And I went to the comic book shop, and I did not there was the X-Men Blue team and the X-Men Gold team, and there was Excalibur, and there was X-Force, and there was X-Factor. I'm like, I want something that's the cartoon show that I just watched. What do I do?
Right.
So that was Sunday. Monday I get to game. And my friends loved X-Men, and they would tell me about the X-Men. And I'd hear like conversations here and there. Mm-hmm. I'm like, so guys, I'm trying to understand what team is what. And they'd sit down like, okay, so the blue team, I can't remember who was what team anymore.
Womp womp.
No, the gold. But then they got to and Jean Grey. I'm like, wait. I know I've heard you talk about Jean Grey. Isn't Jean Grey dead? And then they verbally walked me through the Dark Phoenix saga.
Exciting and fun.
And then they handed me the comic books. And I sat there and read. And by handing me this really amazing storyline that is epic and tears your heart out, and that's why I read those comic books. I was starting to get into the Vertigo stuff at the same time. Mm-hmm. But so to me, that third movie was so heartbreaking.
I've heard that from a lot of people. Like that was what I really heard from everybody I've talked to that has read the comics.
Yeah. It's heartbreaking. So like it was so rough for me. But that's, so you're right. After that, there was this weird lull. And then Iron Man happened.
I will say what was heartbreaking for me for the third movie was that she didn't blow off Hugh Jackman's pants.
That is heartbreaking.
And she should have, because all his other, like, everything is ripping apart. And I was like, well, his pants are still on. This is wrong. I just want to make that statement. But yes, Iron Man happened.
Who also wore pants.
Why?
And he's charming and interesting and dark and complex and really a fucked up human being.
Right. And you don't want to like him because he does things that are so bad. But you're like, I do.
But you do because he's so charismatic.
And I date him.
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
totally.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So the Iron Man happened. And then Thor happened.
Yes.
And so Thor for me was another really disturbing moment.
Because there was pants.
No,
sure.
No, because of Loki.
Oh. I only watched the Thor movies for Loki. If you're shocked, I don't know.
First of all, I was distracted by Chris Hemsworth's biceps. And I'm like, I don't like blonde men. I don't like strong men. Oh, really? The handsome, dark-haired, conniving one? But Loki and I have a history because of D&D and my
troubled
rogue,
yeah,
who may have called him an asshole and got away with it, and then bragged about it, and 3 years later in game got kidnapped by him and tortured. So I have an issue with Loki.
You have a problem, but he was adorable.
So we get out of the movie, and I look at my friend Damon, who's the DM of that particular game, and I'm like, I'm strangely attracted to Loki.
I would have been like, if this is the Loki that kidnapped me, I'm not coming back.
Exactly. I'm like, I don't care about my title. I don't care about my husband. I don't care about shit.
I'm good. That's where I'm going.
Right? In fact, I maybe called an asshole to get attention. So, hey, hi, asshole,
Yeah. I'm going to call him and just tell him things so he comes to see me. Things.
Right,
and
right.
I will agree with City in chat. Thor, the movie in itself, I think they're the weakest.
They are. I
don't know why. They're disappointing, but they bring in good. He's more of a side character, and I think a lot of these Avengers are side characters. Like they're really good when they're all together.
Right.
And the Captain America movies, yes, are the strongest, but the third one is everybody. So
is it right? Basically, yeah, it very much is an Avengers movie.
Right. And maybe they're doing. I don't know. Like the first Iron Man, solid. All the Captain
Second Iron Man, we're not going to talk about.
No, it doesn't exist. Third Iron Man, not bad. Got better. Yeah. The Thors. I mean, Ragnarok looks great, and I'm super excited to see it.
Right.
But
They're weak, and they are definitely the weaker of the stories. And maybe it's because there's so little of a foundation in the world we know, in the Marvel world that we know.
And that's probably true. Yes.
So it's hard to connect with them, where the Captain America movies are in not just our reality, but history.
Correct. Yeah.
And what's really interesting to me about the Captain America movies is the first one is very much a war adventure. It's very retro. It's fun. Mm-hmm. Really well done. It's a good serial movie. That second one is a 70s spy thriller.
Right. It is. They jumped genres and they did it well.
Right. We get it. I think it's because it's treated with respect and love. That third one, I don't know if you're not a comic book person, no. But it very much is a team up. Any of our comic book reading friends, it's a team up story.
Right.
It is so much like when they would do these great 12-part adventures where you'd have 3 months and 4 different titles where they would where they'd do this crossover. Mm-hmm. Where you wouldn't maybe get everything you wanted to see from each team, but you'd get bits and pieces.
Right.
And that's really fun.
Right. And I agree with that. It's one of those things where they've brought in all these interesting characters. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to give them their own movies, and it's a money thing. Like, I get it. I get what they're doing. Like, why not make a Black Panther movie that I really don't want to see, but we'll go see?
I do want to see one of my friends, my college friends, is a huge Black Panther fan. So I'm like, it'll be great because something that she loves so much. It'll be fun to kind of experience her excitement with it.
Yeah, that's really great, and we should bring her here and she should tell us about it because I know nothing about him. But that's one of the ones.
He's married to Storm.
Is he?
Yeah.
I like Storm. They'd have adorable babies.
They would.
Even if it was Halle Berry's version of Storm. They'd be super cute.
So should have been Angela Bassett. Anyways.
I agree. But it's true. It's like one of those things where I enjoy the team ups more.
Right.
I think that's why I really like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a team up.
Should not have worked. Guardians should not have worked. It was a property that no one had ever heard of.
Right. But it blew everybody away.
It's hilarious and it's wonderful and yeah.
Yeah, and City is talking in chat about, is Captain America really a superhero?
Yes,
he's a guy with a shield. And so theoretically, by comic book standards, yes. But
theoretically, if you go by he's just a guy with a shield, then is Iron Man a superhero because he's a rich guy in a suit?
And that's the same thing with Batman.
Right.
Which we focus a lot on Marvel. Maybe we should focus on DC next
time.
Right now, or let's go right now to DC. Let's do it.
Yeah, what's your experience with DC when it comes to? I know you said Batman Returns.
Batman Returns. I'm gonna go out there on a limb and I'm gonna get hate, and I don't even care. I don't even care. So I loved Batman Begins. I loved Dark Knight. Right. I loved those. They were good flicks.
Yeah.
Batman vs Superman. Suicide Squad. I freaking love that movie.
That's great.
I watch that movie anytime it's on TV, anytime it's on HBO. Mm-hmm. I play it randomly. I've watched it at work. I adore that movie so much.
You would though? That fits because like you said, you like your anti-heroes, you like your darker characters.
Yeah.
It's a different point of view, and I think DC can be so heroic.
Yeah.
That it gives that really great contrast.
Right. And I don't like Superman. So anything that has to do with beating up Superman at all.
I know.
Right? Like, yay, Superman's gone. So that's how I don't know. DC's never hit me as much as Marvel. And this is from a non-comic book reader. I just really focus on the characters more. I agree, he's the worst superhero ever. Superman.
Yeah.
But I think that the villains in DC blow away the villains in Marvel by tenfold. Yeah.
You're right, because Marvel does tend to focus on the heroics, and very much, with the exception of Loki, your villains are kind of your afterthought, which again is why I want Doom to be done well, because he should never be your afterthought.
Right.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, you're right. DC has really interesting villains.
The Joker in general, the villain of the Joker, the idealistic vision of him is so enticing to me.
And if he's done well, he's terrifying.
idea of him, it should be scary. It should be. He is the antithesis of everything good, of everything sane. And no matter what,
he's chaotic evil.
Exactly. And the reason I really enjoy they've done different. I mean, obviously Heath Ledger died, so they can't use him. I get it.
He was such a great interpretation of it.
He was a great interpretation. But you know what? So to me was Jared Leto, because they did two different Jokers. One was psychotic, one was a sociopath.
Right.
They're two very, very different things. Right. And I think that they captured that so well that I was blown away by their idea to do that. And, you know, he was the gangster Joker for me.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson, gangsta Joker. Like, they did a whole cool feel with him to me. And everybody hates him. And I understand the big gripes that they romanticized Harley Quinn and Joker's love. And I don't know.
Read Mad Love.
Yeah. I don't know if they did that 100%. I kind of disagree with that. I think that people are romanticizing what they saw, because I saw, and maybe it's my training, I saw an abusive relationship easily.
Very much. So she's an interesting character. She was created by Paul Dini for the cartoon series.
Right.
She's not original to the comic books.
Which is interesting.
So it is really interesting. And I think people do tend to focus. They forget she's an intelligent woman. They forget she's a psychiatrist.
Right. She knows what she's getting into. This wasn't, I don't know. Like, she went into this willingly.
Right, which is weird.
And you saw that, though, in the movie, too. So I had a huge conversation with somebody about this. And they were like, they just made it seem like they had the best love life ever. And I was like, he pushed her into a vat of chemicals.
Kind of fucked up.
That's kind of fucked up. I don't care if you jump in after her and start kissing her. Number one, you're going to die. That's chemicals. Number two, that's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so that, I mean, and I will say it, I did not go see Wonder Woman.
Oh my gosh. It's something you can share with Remy. I really highly suggest it.
I know.
And I loved it. And like when I was a little girl, the old 80s series was on. It wasn't old then because I'm old. Was on. I would watch it, and during the summer, I adored her. Linda Carter played her, and Linda Carter's from Phoenix, so that was really awesome. I love how Themyscira was portrayed. You know, these are beautiful, amazing, strong women. They're fighting. They're warriors. The weakest part of the story to me was her and Steve Rogers' love story. Was it Rogers? No, Trevor. No. Excuse me. Trevor, wrong Steve.
Wrong Steve. Definitely a Chris, though, right? He's a
Chris and a Steve. It was a Chris and a Steve.
Which you shouldn't do that. Come on. Marvel. Right. Of all the names.
Right. So I really liked that part. I'm like, but like the supporting cast was interesting. She was fabulous. She was beautiful and strong and innocent, but not naive.
And that's always good to see.
Yeah. I really loved it. Again, though, the villain was weak. This is where the DC villain was weak.
And I hear, like, isn't in the Justice League it's Steppenwolf? And that makes me giggle.
Right,
because, like, come on.
There was this conversation.
We've had this conversation.
Yes. So I really just go and, like, someday that Remy has a half day from school, pick her up and go see Wonder Woman, or it's going to come out on DVD.
We'll get it on DVD, and I'll watch on DVD. To me, and this is bad, and this is wrong, and this comes from years and years and stigma and hating heroes, she is a female Superman to me. And I have trouble getting past that.
She's so much more interesting, though.
I know. And I also think it's so funny in DC how they do it, where all their heroes, superheroes, heroes, whatever, they wear glasses to hide themselves, or they take off their crown, and in public they are just random weird people. They never get called out on it. I just can't believe it.
And they all have black hair and blue eyes, which is like an almost impossible color combination.
Because it's contacts.
Yeah.
You know.
But yeah, they're all black hair and blue eyes. Then again, Marvel are all redheads, so, you know.
Which is fine. Ginger should rule the world.
Yes, they should.
Just saying that because City's in chat. And I know City. I know Wonder Woman is better than Superman. Stupid man. Whatever you want to call him. That's what City's calling him.
I mean, I've never cared for Superman. Yeah. But also the fact that's really interesting, and DC realized how well they did with it. Mm-hmm. They are very much making her the focal point of a lot of things, and she should be. Yeah. She's considered a little more interested in Superman.
Well, yeah. I kind of laughed maniacally at the end of Batman versus Superman because he died. I was like, like I was sitting there, just like, you're awful. I'm like, yes, this is the funniest thing ever. I am awful. I am, and I know it. But she's a man.
Yes,
I do like Batman. He's anti-hero. He's cool, great, Batman. Love him. I do like Michael Keaton better, but
I've always been a fan of the Robins. Actually,
you are a Nightwing fan.
Love me some Dick. Nightwing.
Love me some Dick.
Love me some Dick. Also, I was also Carrie Kelly one year for Halloween, which is the female Robin. But yeah. Sorry, my friend, the same roommate that loved Black Panther so much, also has a huge Nightwing thing. So we would sit around the apartment reading comics on Wednesdays, and she would just like dick pic of the week. And like, yeah, whatever obscene pose they put him in.
That makes me laugh. Yes. That's the best. That's the best.
So I like my Robins. Because it's kind of fun that like more innocent eye, and then and then Nightwing's an amazing character on his own.
Yeah, he is, and I do. It brings me to one thing that Drew and I talked about. It's the idea that at least before Wonder Woman, and for me, Suicide Squad. DC has done better TV shows.
Yes, very much.
Than Marvel. And Marvel's done better movies. And that's just something that... And it's a neat contrast.
But Marvel, like the stuff that Marvel's doing with Netflix is great. But again, that's the darker stuff.
Yes.
It's almost the DC, like the equivalent of the Vertigo stuff, because it's where they can be grittier. And to me, like, Marvel's always been grittier than DC.
Agreed.
So I do agree with you on the TV stuff, but I guess should we probably wrap this up?
We probably should. We have a question of the week.
Do you want to do it or should I?
Do you have a good one? Because if not, I do. I have one.
You do this. You do this one. I'll grab next week's.
We can do two. All right.
Okay.
What is a secret superhero movie that's your favorite that you wouldn't really admit to anybody on the street, and you might actually joke about it in public if somebody asked you? Like one that's notoriously bad.
That's hard. Okay, I'm gonna let you go because I'm trying to think.
You ready for this? This is gonna blow you away.
Yeah.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
It has steampunk. Actually, League was not that bad.
Stuart Townsend, and he says growl. It's like burned into my memory.
League's not that bad if I don't compare it to the source material.
True, but man, that movie just. How about any movie? Not even superhero genre.
Oh my God, no! Mixed Nuts.
You do love that movie.
I love Mixed Nuts. It's awful.
You love Dick and Mixed Nuts.
Wow. No, so like it's like my favorite weird Christmas movie. Like people I want to watch Christmas Story. I want to watch this. I'm like, I want to watch Mixed Nuts because you have Liv Schreiber in drag.
I love him.
Me too. And you have pregnant Juliette Lewis, and you have Steve Martin as neurotic as all get out. Yeah, no, I love Mixed Nuts. It's bad.
Logan's name was almost Liv for Liv Schreiber.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Either way, it was kind of comic book.
Okay, ask yours. I'm ready. We could do two.
All right, superpower. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Whew. That's a good one. I think I would pick telepathy.
Yeah. You really want to know what people are thinking, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I think my passive aggressiveness could use it to my advantage.
Awesome.
What about you? Tell me your secret.
Time stop. I would like to stop time so I could get everything I need to get done. Like literally, I would like, all right, I have about 8 hours of work. I have a lot of stuff I want to do tonight.
I changed my answer. You're right.
Let me stop time, get my 8 hours of work done.
Right.
Get all my cases done, my stuff reviewed.
And sleep. And don't forget sleep.
Yeah. And then get a little bit of sleep and then play all the games.
Groot420, thank you for the follow. It's true. Like, I love that idea. And I think as a mom, it's like, oh my God, if I could stop time, this would be the best day ever.
Yeah.
Work, sleep, and then have all your free time.
Exactly. I would actually be able to like play WoW or write.
Exactly. Or see movies that you don't really want to see but will watch anyway because everybody tells you to watch them.
Yeah. Or figure out how to get to Pittsburgh to hang out with you.
We would easily stop time. It'll be super fast.
Right. We're good. We're good.
We're good.
We also need that teleportation circle.
We do.
Especially for Friday nights.
So we would love a topic for next week. Anybody listening, watching after it's over, please let us know. We're going to be doing next Wednesday again as well.
I think we're looking at Wednesday tentatively for a regular day, depending on our schedule. So yes, City, we changed to Wednesday. We adore you.
It doesn't hurt. What is it? It doesn't hurt Thriller Thursday either. So like it's kind of perfect.
Exactly. And then because I can go straight into this and then to my regular D&D game.
Exactly. See, it all works out.
Yes. But or tonight, my WoW
this
game.
will be definitely podcasted. Podcast should release Sunday, I think, is when I did it. Last time I did it Monday because I jacked it all up. But I will get it done. Watch it. Thanks for the follows. We love you guys. And good night.
Bye.